everyone. We are live here at Pop's Detail Shop, but this morning we're really making sure that your car lasts as long as possible. And Pops, it certainly seems like things are just not made like they used to be.
No, it's not like it used to be, so you have to stay on top of it and make sure you do the right thing for your automobile, especially if you want your automobile to perform to its highest peak.
Absolutely, and last as long as possible. So we got the hood popped, and this is a good-looking engine, but how can we make sure this engine lasts as long as possible?
What you want to do, what we do, we have a steam clean the engine where we rinse it all down, pressure wash, come back and clean it with your all-purpose cleaner. Come back and get through finish, let it dry, come back and use a clear coat on it. And what the clear coat does, it put a nice ultimate shine on it, nothing on all anything, but it's just a clear coat that'll dry real quick and make it preserve your engine, make it look a whole lot better.
Sure. Now, I'm a girl and I do not know that much about cars, so kind of walk us through what we got here under the hood.
Well, you got your oil. For your oil here, you want to change your oil at least every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. On this vehicle, it'll let you know when it's time to change the oil, so you change your oil frequently. That way you get better gas mileage.
Talking about changing the oil, I've heard synthetic oil kind of getting thrown around a lot.
Synthetic oil is something new, maybe within the last 4 or 5 years, where everybody want to go to is 5,000 miles. Some of them 6,000, 7,000 miles, depending on the mileage of them, but they want to go to synthetic instead of going every 3,000 miles or every 5,000 to get the engine changed. They'll just go ahead and spend that money to go ahead and do the synthetic oil.
Any pros and cons?
Just America making money.
Always trying to make some money, but hey, you don't have to change it quite as often, right?
That's correct. It lasts longer compared to the standard oil. It's 530 and SE types of oil. This type of thing. If synthetic oil is just going to last longer, it's a whole lot better for the engines. America say now, so that's what everybody go with.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so what else do we have here?
You want to check your fluids. You want to make sure that your radiator fluid is good. You want to make sure that your coolant is good, especially during the summertime, because when it's hot and everything is not working right, that's when everything can tend to go wrong. So you want to do a preventive maintenance on your engine, make sure everything is properly taken care of.
Can you kind of run us through some of that preventive maintenance? How would we say check our coolant?
Well, you want to check your coolant, but you want to make sure that the engine is cold. You don't want to do it hot because you'll stand a chance of getting burned. So what you want to do, you want to check it when it's cold. You want to check your brake fluid. You want to check your radiator fluid. You want to check everything that pertains to your fluid that's in your car. Therefore, you can get your best results out your car in these hot months to come. And
you do that when the engine's cold. Now, you drove here, of course, to the shop this morning. Would you have to do it, say, in the morning when you haven't driven in 12 hours or so?
You can do it in the morning, in the afternoon, as long as it's not extremely hot and boiling hot, because you don't want to take your cap off, because your cap you get first-degree burns all over your body if that top comes off and the fluids in it comes shooting out. So you don't want to do it.
Definitely we don't want to do that. Well, we got to talk more about this engine and how we can make your car last as good and as long as possible. That's coming up live here on Good Day at Pop's Detail Shop. We'll be back right after this. Good morning. Welcome back to Good Day, everyone. We are here live at Pop's Detail Shop, and Pops and I are just really getting to know each other this morning, having a lot of fun and talking a lot about cars. But Pops, we went ahead and checked through all the liquids, but you got some filters that need to be checked as well.
Correct. You have your air filters. Air filters are very important to make sure that they are not clogged up. Sometimes you might have air filter that look like it's clean on the top, but on the inside where the bottom where the wire and the mesh is, you want to make sure it's clean before you can get the proper airflow through there, because if you don't, your car is likely being smothered and you're not getting the best performance out your vehicle when your filter's not changed. So you want to make sure that you change your filters out. Basically, when you get your oil change, you want to make sure you actually change the filters out as well. Most mechanics know to do that, so they do it.
Okay, good. Now, when it comes to checking through the cars, of course, each car is different. Where approximately are the filters, and about how many are in each car?
Basically, this one has one filter. This is a whole square. You release all your.
Big.
Yes, you take your filters out. Sometimes you can blow them out and put them back in if perhaps you can't afford to get another. But most time you can. If it's clogged up, you just want to toss it up and get
get a new one.
$18-20 is worth causing you all kind of major problems down the line.
Sure. Now, how do you know what kind of liquids or what kind of filters to use for your particular car?
Every car has a manual to it, and it have different numbers for different filters. Just like on your filter, you might have, just like on the side, you have a 83 here, so you want to look up that, go to the parts store, get your filter, whatever. On your fluids, like this one has SAE 5W30, some of them SAE 540, so it's just different numbers.
Just kind of look around the hood.
You have to look around and check your vehicle for the maintenance book and see what it says and what you need to put in there.
Let's get another is one particular fluid that you need to make sure that the car is running for.
That's correct. If you got your transmission fluid and you want to check your transmission fluid, you want to make sure your car is running, because if you check your fluid while the car is not running, you're not getting an accurate reading. So you want to start your car up, let your fluids begin to run through your transmission. Once the fluids run through there, then you come back, you pull your stick out, you dry it off, come back and put it back in, then you get that's your actual reading on for your transmission.
So that is the one liquid or one fluid that you want to check when the car is running.
That's correct.
Okay, now we're talking all about all of this good stuff, kind of preventative maintenance. What happens if people don't listen to your advice and they're driving down the road and say they do run out of some of this fluid?
You have to call a tow truck, or you have to call someone to come get you. But you should, most of the time, if you got a leak somewhere in your transmission, your car will let you know. You try to move your heel, you get a jerking feeling, or you notice something is wrong. But most of the time, you want to just check your surround. You can walk by your vehicle and look underneath and see if you got any fluids on the ground, if it's brown or if it's
see if any of those oils leaking out.
That's oil or either transmission fluid. So you want to check those, because that's the life of your car, your engine oil and your transmission fluid.
Absolutely. And again, you mentioned earlier about kind of power washing it here at Pops to get all that dust and grime out.
Yes, what we do, like I said, we use all-purpose cleaner. We come down with steam clean the engine, come back and we'll clear coat it. And what they do, like I said, just knocking all the dirt and dust off of it. Sometimes, people think that that's part of the car that don't have to worry about cleaning, but it's part of the car, so you want to keep it clean. And this is the engine of the car, so you want to make sure everything is functioning properly. But you have to know how to do it as well.
Yes. Don't want to take a steam cleaner and just kind of go all willy-nilly in your driveway or anything like that. You mentioned last time we were out here talking about kind of washing and waxing the outside of your car, about that sealant that car dealerships like to put on. And you said that's kind of bad. How about the sealant that you're saying to put on the engine?
What it is, it's in an aerosol can. What it is, it's clear, and you just spray it and mist it on there. Once you spray it and mist it on there, it gives this luster shine, and it's not sticky or greasy and armor all this. It just.
So that one's good.
It's a coating, and once you put it on there, you're good to go.
All right, sounds good. Taking care of your engine. Again, we're going to be telling you how to clean and I think dye some of your carpets in case maybe you want a little different color. And again, getting some of those bugs off the front of your car, because it's love bug season and those bugs can actually ruin your paint job on your car. We're going to tell you about that live here on Good Day in just a few minutes. Back to you guys in the studio. Thanks so much, Chris. We are live here at Pop's Detail Shop. We're right here on Gillianville, and now we're talking about dyeing the carpet in your car, correct?
That's correct.
Now, aesthetics, of course, maybe you're deciding to change the color or something, but what is the reason why people dye these carpets?
Okay, what you have reason why you want to dye the carpet? Say, for instance, like this, Matt. If you shampoo it and you still got stains in it, oil, grease, and you can't get it out.
Let's hold this out. I mean, because this is pretty clean, but you can definitely tell it's gone through its fair share of wear and tear.
So what you do, you come back, you want to shampoo your mats or your carpet, shampoo it thoroughly. Some mats, you just go ahead and just dye, but some of them you have to put a primer on it.
Okay.
And what you do, you spray after it dries, you spray your primer, you come back with whatever your actual color is. Your color is based upon what type of vehicle it is and model. What I do, I go to Auto Paint Supply Center here in Albany, and I get all my products that I need for different cars.
Sure.
To be able to go ahead and dive and do what I need to do.
So this is the paint here? Kind of looks like a spray paint can.
Yeah, this is a SIM product. And what it is, your color, this is like sandstone. You want to come back, you want to dye the carpet, and you want to spray, you want to do it in layers, because you don't want to just sit there and do it, it's going to clog up and
same as spray paint.
Yeah. So what you do, you come back and you prime it, and you come back and you spray. You want to do it on a rhythm.
Okay.
You can do it. You want to like this instead of just
all the way.
Because you want to make sure that you get the right color. You want to make sure that it's right. And when you do it, after you do it, you have to let it sit out and dry. Then you come back after dry. You come back and you fluff it, and then you come back and now you got your natural texture back to where it is. Because when you first dye it, it's going to be hard for it to dry.
I was going to say, because basically you're putting paint onto this, correct? Okay. Now, how do you know what color? Of course, you can come here and Pop will just take care of you, and you'll have no problems. But what happens if you do pick the wrong color? Slight different shade,
well, what you want to do to be on the safe side, you always want to get, if you have to take your mat, because your mat is basically the same color as your interior of your car, unless you bought a quote-unquote loose car and have the proper color mat in there. But most of the time, your mat going to be the same color as your carpet that's inside your vehicle. So you take your car and you pick it out. What we do, a lot of times we get color codes out of the door and we find out what color this is.
And then it's just exact.
Go from there, yes. So that we get the proper color.
Can you paint just the mats, or do you have to do the entire inside of your car?
You can do whatever you want to do. We've had people that want to get the mats done. Then we have people that want to get the carpet done. We have people that even want to get dyed seats, because it's a process. You can dye seats as well. If you got leather that's messed up and cracked up, we clean it down. We prep it. Then
we showed that to them last time.
Yeah.
Now.
So what
Very
you
neat.
do is you come back and you do the same thing, and just make sure you don't over coat it. Just want to.
All those smooth, even out.
Smooth, even.
So neat.
Take an even hand. You want to do it the right way.
Or you can just bring it to Pops and he won't screw it up for you. All right,
We'll
but
take
very
care.
neat, very neat. I never knew you could change the color of the inside of your car. I always knew you could paint the outside, but very neat. Well, coming up later here on Good Day, we're going to show you how you have to get rid of all those bugs that are on the front of your car, whether it's a road trip or just driving around town. They can actually eat away at the paint. We're going to tell you about that coming up. First, Kelly, back over to you. Welcome back to Good Day, everyone. There's nothing worse than driving down the road and splat bugs on your windshield. And the windshield, you might realize, but you don't realize how many of them come on your front bumper. And Pops, you were just telling us that actually can ruin the paint job on your car.
Yes, it can. Like I say, love bugs carry acid in their bodies. I don't know how, but that's what it is. And they carry acid in the body, and if you don't clean them off right then, you have a problem. They've set into the paint, and once it's set into the paint, the only thing you can do is get it painted again.
Yikes, and that can definitely be very pricey. Now, it looks like your car is just beautiful. I don't see any bugs on it. What's our time frame that we're talking when it comes to getting these bugs off?
I often tell people, if you take a trip, you want to go ahead and once you get to where you're going, you want to clean your vehicle off. Sometimes it's impossible to get them all because they are so heavy in certain sections of Florida and Southwest Georgia, but you want to clean them off fast as you can. Preventative maintenance, you can do what you can do is put wax on the front of your car before you leave, and when you get to where you're going, just wipe it off. It'll take it off. But if you don't, it'll ruin your paint, and you can, that could cost you a couple $100 or more.
Yeah, yikes. How about just driving around town? Because they definitely get stuck on there just driving around town.
Yes.
Would we want to put the wax on it beforehand, or maybe once a week wash off your car?
If it depends on how bad they are in population, because what you want to do, you want to monitor it. If you got them on and they keep coming on, you want to go ahead and get them off. I know you can't just stop everywhere and get them off. But
right. Stoplight, stop sign. Right out of your car, Chinese fire drill status.
So you want to just keep it, clean. Like I say, once you get there, you just want to clean your bumper area, all around your grill, your mirror, the top of your vehicle. Because when the bugs hit, they splatter and they fly all over the place in the back of the mirror. Those are the places you want to put it. You want to clean, keep it clean off. If you just wash the outside and just get them off to keep them from sticking. Once they stick, they're in there.
Now, again, people tend to, at least I do, wash your car when it gets dirty. But is this kind of like an every other week, once a month type of thing that people should just be doing?
Well, if you can do it yourself. If you at home and you don't, you went out of town and you don't want to spend the money, just go ahead and just get them off. You don't have to do a fantastic job. You just want to do it and just get those bugs off to save your paint. But if you do, of course, you can bring those once a week, twice a week.
Every day. Sure, Pops wouldn't mind. Again, talking about the services you offer, it's about a $17 cleaning job?
Yes, it started at $17. We'll wash, vacuum, armor all inside of the car, clean your windows and armor all your tires and everything inside out, vacuum. So it's basically a package deal, and we clean your car very good. Have you looking good, back in the game, ride down the side, bling bling, all right.
He's going to take care of you, is what he's saying. And of course, you can go all the way up. You guys do pretty much everything out here. You can deodorize carpets, the inside of the car. So perhaps if folks maybe just bought a new car for them, but it's a used car and maybe it has cigarette smoke or something, you guys can take care of that as well?
Yeah, we can shampoo it, and also we have what we call an ozone machine that pulls all the smoke out of your car and all the odors, and we basically have everything that you need for your car in auto care. We're not just a car wash, we're a detail shop, and we got everything under one roof.
They do it all, and they've got a couple locations, including a new one that's opening soon.
Yes, we're at 127 Walnut Street in Leesburg, downtown. We're at 800 Reagan Spring Road across from Albany State behind the Elwas, and we're on Gillenville Car 2401 across from Darton College, and we're at 501 South Slappy. That's our new location where we're doing 10-minute oil lube, tire repair, plug and patch, and new and used tires, 1 or 10 in the whole 9 yards. So whatever you need, we'll have it for you.
Cool. If you caught all of that, if not, it's popsdetailshop.com.
Yes, popsdetailshop.com.
There you go. Well, guys, we're getting your cars all set, hopefully lasting you a long, long time and running great. Back to you all in the studio.